Here. Thank you very much for coming. Obviously, with Ducati Manchester, you're a bit of an ambassador. You look after people, do a bit of tours and stuff, a lot of riding. So, how is it to be? What's it like being involved with Ducati Manchester as a group?
Yeah, it's great. I've known Chris a long time. And he approached me a few years ago. He asked me a few times over the years if I could get involved with them, and yeah, only too pleased to. Really, it made sense. I mean, all my history is with Ducati, all my championships. I kind of associate my name with Ducati and vice versa. So yeah, he asked me to come on board and help promote Ducati Manchester Group, which obviously includes Dundee and Glasgow, Worcester and Stoke, Preston. So yeah, it's good.
For Scotland, it's fabulous having two main Ducati dealers, one on the west coast, one on the east coast. It really, I think it's a thing that the group are very, very proud of. And you know, having you involved, it's if there's anybody going to be involved with Ducati as a racer, it's going to be Fogarty, because as you say, you're known for the brand. You know, only last night I thought I'll have a little look through YouTube as you do, and you end up going down a trough. It's very difficult, and I found myself looking back at all sorts of years of your recent Ducatis. And it's not that I forgot how good you were, but my God, you were bloody good. You were prolific back in the late, I'm going to say mid to late 90s.
Yeah, I was alright, I guess. I won a few races, got lucky.
Okay, so you didn't get lucky. You don't look at championships. Well, if you had to remember one race win, what was your favourite race win on a Ducati? What was the one that you think, yeah, that was the one? I still remember that. Still lying in bed at night, and I can still picture what I was doing that day.
As soon as you said that, there, I just thought of Brands Hatch in 1995. It was my first ever win at Brands Hatch. Really, it was the first time superbikes became almost overnight became huge around the world. It was Sky TV. I was world champion from '94. Obviously '95, I backed that up again. Came to Brands Hatch on a red hot day. And I remember pulling the curtains back on the motorhome, and about 7-8 o'clock in the morning, and the grandstand was full. It was like 50,000-60,000 there. The first time the crowds have been that big since the days of sort of Barasheen in the mid-70s. Yeah, and I won both races really easily, to be honest, and it was just the most perfect day of lap records and 2 race wins in front of a huge crowd, and it's that kind of moment I kind of look back on and think, yeah, it was kind of special that day, it really was.
I remember that day very well, and another thing, you know, like when we were watching it, if you weren't there, it was Sky Sports, it was Keith Ewan and Julian Ryder, and they were the most patriotic commentators that anybody could ever have dreamed for. It was fabulous. It made the whole thing fabulous. But okay, let's now fast forward. Tomorrow we're at Knockhill Racing Circuit. You've been round reverse direction before. Were you not round last time reverse direction?
Yeah, last year when we came up, because Andrew's trying to get us on a track day on the bike. I said, look, I can't ride on tracks anymore. My body, my right hand side my legs pretty knackered, to be honest. I can't get comfortable in the right hand corner. I said, if you could find me a circuit that goes the opposite way around, anti-clockwise. He said, I know exactly the track. Knockhill. I said, they'll do it the other way around. I said, no, you're joking. So, and then anyways, fortunately did. So I've only got one right hand corner which I could wobble around, and the rest I can kind of get into. And yeah, I enjoyed it last year. I mean, the weather was a bit crap, to be honest. As it often is up around Knockhill area. But there were a few dry bits. I kind of sort of got into it. I started remembering how to ride a bike again around the corners. And it was good fun. So hopefully tomorrow the weather will be kind to us and we can have a good run out, everybody.
That's what we're looking for, a bit of good weather, a nice busy track. But apart from last year, when was the last time you'd actually been at Knockhill? Would that have been back in the Honda era, Honda Britain, or was it after that?
Yeah, Honda Britain. I won the British Superbike around here in Knockhill in 1990. July 1990 was the weather was kind of as it is today. It was a bit damp and a bit greasy. Yeah, I won the race from Rob McElhenney and Terry Reimer, I think it was, who was second and third. And that's my last time I ever raced here, yeah, 1990, so it's 30 odd years ago.
We'll look forward to seeing you on track, that's
I was only 12 at the time.
Yeah, you're a very young man. Dear me, this is a king we've got here, no? This is a king. Okay, everybody always talks about yourself and Jamie Whittam having a rivalry. You know, I grew up watching that on television, but you're actually very good friends.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, he's one of my best mates, to be fair. Yeah, and he was even in racing. I think probably because I could always beat him. I was his mate. You know, if he could have beat me, then I probably wouldn't have been his mate. You know, I was a bit kind of I wasn't the easiest person to be around when I was racing, to be honest. Very focused and whatnot. And yeah, I always got on really well with Jamie and my wife's got on really well together. And yeah, we used to go out and have a few drinks and pizzas and whatnot. It was always good fun, yeah.
Do you think that was one of your routes to success, though? That, as Ruben said, that shield, that sheet that you had, you were such a focused individual, and you know, it was I'm going to say it was all about Carl because it really had to be.
Yeah, it's a very selfish sport, I think. Anyway, racing. If you want to be at the top, you want to be the best. The best. Any sport, really. You're not the easiest person to be around, I guess, and you're very focused, very selfish, almost obnoxious, ignorant. Those kind of words you can use, really. And I don't know. I just kind of hated everybody else, and no one really liked me, I don't think, to be honest. The fans did, but I said it as it was. I kind of spoke my mind and said it as it was, and I don't know. I won't look back now because you get reminded all the time of what you said and things from YouTube and social media, and all that cringe. Why did I just say that? Why don't I just keep my mouth shut and get away racing the bike and say so much stuff about my rivals and their bikes and their personalities? I don't know why. I did put myself under so much pressure to go and win, and luckily I did win a lot, but I've had my time again now. I'll probably keep my mouth shut and just get on with racing the bike instead of like dissing everybody else around me. And I don't know, I just felt like I had to just give my own sort of self-confidence and my own self-belief, and you know, I was better than everybody else, and you know, I would say that, you know. And, yeah.
There was one with one particular one with John Kaczynski. It was almost like you would never want him to. It was like the Rainey and Schwantz thing, you know. It was that heated with you and Kaczynski. You did not want him to beat you on track.
No, I didn't want it. I didn't want to beat me on track. It was always this kind of rivalry I had with usually the three Americans in three different eras, really. And that was Russell, Edwards, and Kaczynski. Yeah, I didn't like either of them, and they didn't particularly like me, I don't think. But yeah, it was just the way the personalities were back then. It seems wore a heart on the sleeves and said it as it was. It wasn't just me that would, you know, a bit outspoken. The others were really. I mean, nowadays no one seems to be like that anymore. They lost the sort of personality a little bit, to be fair. But it's just how it was back then. Really, had the sort of hatred and rivalry between us all. It was pretty intense, I guess.
You were loved by bike fans. You still are loved by bike fans. You're one of the icons of the sport. But see, when you went into the jungle, did you know that actual love for the general public was there for you? Or was that a bit of a shock for you? How did that sit with you?
I mean, I shot myself, to be honest. Even my wife said before I went in, she didn't want me to go in. She said, everybody will fucking hate you. She said, you come across the right spot, I don't want you to go in. And I said, oh, thanks for the vote of confidence, you know. And I think ITV asked me when they approached me to do it, they kept honouring me to do it, and I think they were expecting the guy that raced motorbikes who was, you know, the sort of ignorant and sort of self-belief and all that kind of thing, to be hard work to be around and not like anybody. But I've never liked that away from the racetrack. I was always quite shy and quite a funny guy, I guess, really. Just one of the lads and just have a bit of fun and have a few beers and curry and stuff. And I just knew that if that came across in there, then I think I'll be all right, you know. But I didn't expect that. I mean, I'm just the ordinary dickhead from Blackburn in Lancashire, and to win the biggest TV show in the UK just by being myself, it's just mad to think of. Really, it really was. It's just an incredible experience that I won't ever forget. I mean, I'm not a big person anyway. I lost like over a stone in weight in there, eating just rice and beans every day and bit of stuff you got sent down from above, like a crocodile's foot or something or whatever. It was just horrendous, really. But the proper, you know, you really have to get your head around it, especially the first few days in there when everything you know has been taken away. You get up in the morning, have a cup of tea, that's all gone. It's just water to drink and that's it, really. And hanging around and not doing much for most of the day, and doing a few challenges and trials, and it was just crazy, just mad experience, and one I'll never forget.
Oh, my wife was delighted when she knew that I was coming here to meet you again today. So, King of the Jungle, King of the Superbikes, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for King Carl Fogarty.
Thanks, guys.